Today I'm going to be reviewing this electric lunchbox that was recently sent to me by the brand to create this video on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, show you exactly what you're going to get inside. Then I'm going to put some warm foods inside and see how well it keeps those foods hot. So this is everything that's going to come inside. So you have the utensils. You actually have like a scrub brush as well, which I'm not exactly sure why they included that. And you have this electric lunchbox also. So you can see this handle is supposed to just kind of pop up here, and it doesn't move very easily. So just something you'll want to keep in mind if you're going to be trying to use this. It actually does not come up easily at all. Kind of have to get something under there. It has almost like a suction thing that holds it down there. So you can see you can carry it by that. It does clip on the four sides. And then you open it. I actually opened this up and I kind of, this corner piece already broke off on that. So definitely kind of disappointed that that already broke, even being brand new. You've got a little, like a thermos bag to carry with. You've got the electrical cord, and then you have the instructions as well. So that's everything that's going to come in the box. This is going to come with two separate plugs, so it comes with a wall plug and then also a plug for your car, like a car outlet or like a cigarette lighter or whatever inside of your car as well. So that way you can charge or use this using either one of those two options. So the plugs on these are going to be on the side, it looks like here. So let me try and flip that out. So you can see here the one for the traditional plug, it's going to be this one here on the side. That's going to be that. And then the one for the outlet in your car is just going to be this one here and go right into there. So this is going to be more like, it's not designed to keep plugged in all the time, but it's designed to warm your food, reheat your food, that sort of a thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some food, put it inside of the container here, and then I'm going to see how long that it stays warm without being plugged in, and then I'll plug it in to see how that increases the temperature. Now, one thing I did want to mention before I put the food inside is this is going to be two separate pieces. So this is going to pull out of here, kind of like a crock pot. This is pulled out so you can easily wash this without, in the dishwasher or whatever, without having to worry about the electrical that's going to be in this bottom part. So let me go ahead and put the food in here. I'll give you the exact temperature of the food as I put it into here. Then I'm going to take it and put it into the fridge, see how well it keeps the temperature of the food. Then I'm going to plug it in and see how long it takes it to get back to that same temperature. So I figured the best way to give it an exact temperature would be to use the same food throughout rather than try a few different types of food. So I just got rice inside of here. I've got a digital thermometer to see what the current temperature is of that rice. So I'm just going to stick it down here into it a little bit. And you can see we're at about 175 degrees or so. So just made the rice. Obviously that's going to be too hot to eat, but I did want to see how well it keeps that temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to close it up. So this goes on top, then it clips into place on there. And then I'm going to put it in the fridge for 30 minutes and we'll see how well it holds the temperature of that rice. So it's been 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and pull it out of the fridge. So now it's been in there 30 minutes. Let me go ahead and unclip all of that. Take this lid off of here. Oh, it actually pulled out the whole thing. So let me go ahead and pry this off. Pull that out. You can see I've got some condensation. So it probably means it's not going to be as hot, but we will see here in a second. I'm going to stick it down inside the rice. And as you can see, 30 minutes in the cold. So, around 30, 35 degrees. Dropped it to 110. So it dropped it significantly. So this is not going to keep your food warm all day long. It is designed to cook it. So what you're going to do when you're ready to cook it, which I'm going to show here in a second, is you're going to then put this lid back on. They do recommend that this thing here says you need to remove the exhaust cover. So I believe that's going to be this. I'm not sure about removing this or if that just works to let it out. I'm going to go ahead and put this lid back on here. And then I'm going to take and plug this in. And it says it takes up to 40 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it 15 and then test the temperature and then give it another 15 and test the temperature as well. So I'm just going to take and plug that in here. Plug that into the wall in this case. Of course, you can plug it into your vehicle. And you can see here that that is on, so you know it is heating. It's got that little orange light that is on there. So let's go ahead and leave this for 15 minutes. So it's been 15 minutes, so let's shut off that timer and let's see what the temperature inside looks like. I'm just gonna pop that open here. You can see this thing kind of flipped up on its own, so that's good. I'm gonna try and open this. Again, that corner piece kind of broke off when I was first opening it, so I'm just gonna pull that out here. And you can see steam coming up, so after 15 minutes, let's see what temperature the rice is now at. So it went up a lot in just 15 minutes. So again, it's gonna vary. Like we're almost back to where it should have been. I was touching the bottom there a little bit, so I'm just gonna be into the rice now. I'm at 156. So it's gonna be plenty edible in just 15 minutes. Now again, that was only from like 110 or something, if I remember right what it was. So it definitely works great for heating up your food. You can put your food in here, you can put it in the fridge, you could leave it, you know, whatever you need, wherever you need to put it, that sort of thing. It's going to drop temperature. So probably best to put it in the fridge, have it cold, and then just use this to warm it up from that. But definitely works really nicely for warming up the food. One last thing I did want to give you was the actual dimensions of this. So I'm just going to kind of measure across the top here. And you can see we've got about 8.5 or so inside. And then sideways here, I've got about 6 inches or so. Height on this one is going to be about 3.5 inches. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the outside of this is going to get hot. So sitting on the counter, not a big deal. But if you have it in your car, so you have that little car jack, it is going to be something you'll want to be cognizant of. The sides here are what are getting warm. It's not like hot where I can't touch it, but it is definitely getting warm here on the side. The bottom, however, is not hot at all. So just something you probably won't want to like put it up against something that's plastic. But again, this is not like hot enough where it would melt something, but it is hot enough where you can feels warm to the touch. So overall, definitely pretty pleased with this electric heated lunchbox.